It all began on the island of Tasmania, a wild place where the actual devil still lives. A child was born so destined to change lives with exceptionally skilled hands that his mother named him after a famous heart surgeon, spelling his name wrong on purpose. Christian, yes, 2 A's, Bradley, first picked up the shaping tools aged just 15. Despite being Tasmanian, he was quickly accepted by mainland Australians and welcomed into the inner sanctum of board building. Inevitably, international stardom beckoned in France.
Bonjour, monsieur. Meat pie, please.
In Hossegor, Europe's surfing capital, Christian was soon in hot demand from the finest surfers in the universe.
Kelly!
These days, he's still building boards for the world's best, and Bradley has become one of the most recognised labels in the game. Even so, he's always got time for his mates.
Paulie, what's going on? Is this going to take long?
Brothers, get a beer.
We've got some questions from some of the Stab followers.
Okay.
Should we get into them?
Yeah, hit it.
Roden Harper wants to know, what made you first get into shaping, mate?
Well, my dad did it. He had it wasn't his job, he did it in his spare time, he made boards. And I wanted a job that paid well, could surf when I want. And
Does it pay well?
yeah, it was, yeah, it paid really well. At my age, and there was no, as long as you got the job done during the day, however many I had to sand, I was a sander.
So you got rich, young, and heaps of chicks and cars?
It was amazing, great time, yeah.
Okay, question from South Pacific Seb. Do you mind surf all the boards you shape?
I used to, when I was young and fit and surfed a lot.
So now you're even too old and jaded to even mind surf your boards.
Yeah, but I have to resize a lot of the boards I shape, resize them to fit my 80, 90 kilos and surfing once a month kind of thing, or once, whatever. But yeah, I do mind surf them, but I mind surfing for other people. Kind of, I can imagine the girl or the guy on the board, surfing, ripping, wherever they're going. If it's for South Pacific,
are they ripping?
Perfection. Yeah. Surfing really well. Yeah, best board they've ever had.
Question from Macca Angus. Is there a board concepts you've always wanted to try but haven't yet?
Me personally, I think there's a lot to go in the direction of asymmetrics, but they're going to be a very customized.
You made me an asymmetric.
Yeah, I did, Paul. I mind surfed you surfing that.
How'd I go?
Yeah, really good, amazing. I was like, wow. But Paul, did it go?
Yeah, really good.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some stand-up paddles?
Stand-up paddles, no, but I have designed them. To be honest, I have designed stand-up paddles.
Is there anything you draw the line at? I want to know. Would you say, no, I'm not doing it?
Goat boats. No, we're not going to say shape.
Bradley hates a goat boat.
Yeah, no sea lounges, no. But I think concept-wise, I think glassing, and I'm kind of going this way now, vacuum bagged carbon and different materials, and I think these kind of concept boards with different materials is somewhere where I want to go as well. Because I think there's a future there. Yeah.
Okay, question from Jibso. Can you actually surf? Christian, can you actually surf?
Well, I hope so, yeah. Well, I haven't surfed a lot recently because I've had 2 girls. They're 6 and 8. But surfboards was, I surfed. So that was the reason I got into making surfboards. It was the perfect match, You could surf whenever you want. You've actually built boards. Snap boards, you didn't really care because you could obtain another board easily. It was kind of, the money was good. You could surf, like I said, you surf whenever you wanted. It was a great job. It is a great job, but your life priorities change.
Question from old mate Stacey. How is fin placement decided? Something I spent a lot of time thinking about. Fin placement. Do you?
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Basic thrusters. So we'll say, because you got quads, you got single fins, you got many different things you're going to set up, and you've got your your personal.
Got condensation from me beer, mate.
It's not drool. Fin positions, yes. Okay, so you got a kid's board, very small. Fins go back further relative to the length of the board. So,
Clustered.
yeah, they're a bit more clustered and they're further back because the kids are standing further back. Short boards, you kind of feet, they're high performance boards, your feet are kind of over the tail. So you've got your fins positioned at a, designated spot pretty well, around the deck pad area where your fins are going to work the best at the back of the board there. And I mean, they'll change anywhere from, you go from 5 foot to 5'6", then 5'8", 5'10", and then they kind of just slowly start staggering an 8th here or a 16th, normally an 8th I do, and then you start moving them up, and then you've got your step up boards, tails a bit narrower, fins come up a little bit more, and then your guns, your fins are a lot longer, a lot further up, because you're standing further up on the board. Makes it easier to rail
Massive
off the bottom
stance.
to turn. Yeah.
Okay, question from the Green Room Times. I think it's quite a popular Instagram account, the Green Room Times.
Right.
Is my board ready yet?
Is my board ready yet? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Give it another week. Should have it next week.
You got 2 chances.
It was a very popular question over COVID period because we were doing so many boards and a lot of factories were doing a lot of boards. So I think there was a massive amount of a waiting period for a lot of companies.
Do you shape quicker when you got lots of orders? Do you
Who?
feel the pressure? Do you shape quicker? When you got loads of orders, churning them out?
Yeah. And you get in the rhythm, I'll bunch together the same board, I'll take, okay, this is an Onya, and that's an Onya, and I'll take those 3 because I'm in the mode of doing those and I know exactly how I do those, and then I'll move on to the next model. There's a few of them to do.
Question from Glenn Hartburr. How do you live past 40 when you spend your life covered in petrochemical dust? More of a chemistry-based question there from Glenn Hartburr.
I like it. I'm 49, so I've got 9 years on this topic. I've seen a lot of guys who work in the industry, especially glasses. I think the glassing fumes are probably the most toxic, I'd say.
Yeah.
But I've seen guys who are still going and they're, kind of a ripe old age and they were never using a mask. But fiberglass dust would probably be another one, but we kind of keep well masked up. We've got ventilation. But I mean, like a lot of other jobs where you're working with paint fumes and stuff, I suppose maybe it is a little bit Russian roulette kind of thing. But I don't know. I put my hands in the acetone. I'm working when I'm doing dings or something. I have my hands in the acetone. They say that's a big no-no.
Is that a good idea?
I don't know, but disinfectant.
Question from Ron. Should I go thicker or wider for more volume? Great question, that one.
Thicker, if you're chasing bigger waves, you don't want that volume running to the extremities of the board so much the tail because you want to keep a lot of control. So I'd say thicker, go thicker under the chest, paddle power, and still maintaining control. Small waves, go wider, extra surface area, planing speed for weak and gutless surf.
Question from Mayor of Cooktown. Can a bad surfer be a great shaper?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Name 3.
No, I can't. Christian Bradley. I think a lot of people who are very good with their hands, artistic kind of people, can produce fantastic surfboards. With a good eye, a good dexterity, a good, they can use all the material, use all the tools. Yeah, for sure. You don't have to surf. But a lot of my models that came from when I surfed a lot were still kind of current, they're still kind of there, and that was when I surfed a lot. And I felt the board worked really well. And then I'd go and test it on the other guys and we had access to a lot of good surfers and they worked. So I think it is an added help if you can surf.
I quite like to flip that. Can a great surfer be a shit shaper? Name 3.
A great surfer, be a shit shaper.
Yeah, someone who's really good at surfing and they turn into shaper and they're no good.
I'm not going to say.
So yes.
But yeah, true. Well, yes.
What's the most annoying request you've had from a customer? This one is from the Slippery Saltwater Chronicles. Or is everyone equally annoying?
No, like sometimes you get a lot of emails and there's kind of way too much information, and you're reading through it. I don't really like to read a lot, too much because you're at work and you're flicking through and you go, okay, what's he saying? As far as
yeah, yada, yada, yada. I do this. I surf there.
Yeah.
Who cares?
speed read.
Question from Tristan Bayard. What are the best atmospheric conditions for building a surfboard?
Dry.
Good question, Tristan.
Yeah, very good. Southern California is fantastic. France, southwest France, we have, not too bad. Winter can get a bit damp, a bit moist. Kind of can play with the paint and sometimes have some issues, but nothing major.
This one's for me. Question from Paul
Right.
in Osgo. Who are the world's most overrated surfboard shapers? Shit ass.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got that, didn't you?